What is up, you guys? Today is Friday and I just got out of work. I'm headed to Sheraton Baptist Hills. Wait, what is it again? Okay, I got it. Sheraton Hills Baptist Church, right? Yeah. So I'm headed there now. They're having their Charisma Coffee Night. I'm showing like 4 paintings. Alright, I made it here with my paintings. Last time I was here, it was actually in May, which I think is really weird because I thought it was like, I don't know, it felt like it was just like a few months ago. Well, it was a few months ago, but not 5 months ago.
Just direct me where you're...
And also in certain parts,
Nothing yet? Okay.
I'm going to be picky.
Now?
So, I mean, I would trust
Thank
your
you.
judgment with that, you know, because what we don't want is because...
Come on.
You know, like,
Sure. Oh, these are ambiguous. Oh, space.
Yeah.
Can I get my acoustic a little bit more?
Right?
Hi. You haven't been on my vlog yet.
No, I haven't. I've seen your vlogs, and I'm like, yes, finally I'm famous.
So this is Adam Pizarro and his sister.
Hi. Oh, there it is.
Whoa!
Whoa. Okay.
It's cool.
We got it.
These are
Go.
these for sale?
Yeah, I think those are Audrey's.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh? I know what I'm getting my fiance. It's gonna be sweet.
Got you this mug.
The Cowardly Dog, Curtis the Cowardly Dog. That's his home. Different, changed, modified, beautified, but that's Courage.
All right.
I'm Tommy. I'm going to be hosting the night for Charisma Coffee Night. It's kind of a big deal. If you haven't gone before, we're going to be having another one coming up soon, and we'll give you the date, but you should come out.
Well, look who it is.
How are you, buddy? Good.
Good to see you. What's up, man?
I've never seen this guy with a camera ever.
The TLC crew is here. What's up?
So this is Mike Pies' artwork. This one's called Deep Space. It was created in 2011. It's made out of acrylic. It's on a canvas 24 by 24 inches.
Talk about what you see. Like,
what do you see?
what does it make you feel?
Interpret it.
I see a big bug here.
Yes.
And I see a big starship.
And
then it makes me feel like Star Wars.
He didn't want me to say this. I really want to say this. Adam, can I say it? He's going to surprise us with some cool songs. I'm sorry. He told me not to say it, but all right. So Adam Pizarro, everybody, let's give him a hand.
Check, 1, 2. How you guys doing tonight? So my name is Adam Pizarro, but it's just not Adam Pizarro. This is my sister, Loren Pizarro. So let's give a hand for her. So tonight we're going to do 2 of our favorite covers that we just like doing, and then at the end we'll do 2 originals. And we're excited to be here. It's an honor to be with you all tonight, and we're just going to get going. There's no turning back, even while you sleep. We will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. Whoa. It's my own design, it's my own remorse. Help me to decide, help me make the most of freedom and the pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world. There's a rule. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world. So many words unfold to bring your life to me. Oh, it's your spirit that draws us in. I will not turn away from your face, taste it and I'll see. Because of your love, I have been changed. For freedom, I'm set free. And I will not turn away from your face, taste it and I'll see. Because of your love, I have been changed. For freedom, I'm set free. And I will not turn away from your face, or taste it and I'll see. Because of your love, I have been changed. For freedom, I'm set free. And I will not turn away from your face, or taste it and I'll see. Because of your love, I have been changed. For freedom, I'm set free. Older now, we understand your truth. May your spirit draw us deeper into you. And oh, may your words unfold to bring new life to man. Oh, it's your spirit. It's your spirit. Oh, it's your spirit that draws us in.
So this is spoken word. This is the first one of the night. Can we just give him a hand? He's the first poet. Here we go. All right, Marnino. How you guys doing tonight?
I never had a father figure. More like my father figured, providing made his greatness laminated, hatred and pride saved. I never had a father figure, more like a landlord, a stranger who allowed me to live without payment. And although I appreciate the paycheck, emotionally, you are mediocre. Because although I know you love me, you never showed it. I never heard beauty behind your cadence. And now you became nothing more than a homophone for those who set trip blood. And although I use this loosely, Father, blood is not always thicker than water, because sometimes Christ's pavement can be more of a dad than a man who provides monthly payments. So let me teach you how to be a father. 1. Loosen your grip on your capitalist mentalities. I am your son, not your chattel. So although you may be unfond of it, there's no flaw in my locks reaching towards the heaven like the hands of worshipers grazing God. 2. Before you instruct someone, you must have done it first. A mediocre teacher tells, a good one explains, and as a superior teacher, I'd expect you to demonstrate, but you're demonstrate too often. So if you'd like me to be a better man, then you should probably stop them. 3. It was once said that love is impossible for those of color. But my whole life I've watched as a black woman would pour all her love into you as if she was a rainstorm in you, her only body of water. Never would you evaporate, put love back in. You're just the combination of those normal gender roles and love landmines. See, although you are around, you're just the same, a black male who has to be blackmailed into being a man. 4. Forget your pension and cents. Money means nothing, because I'd rather be homeless knowing that love can move us than to have 4 walls standing on the foundation of hatred. 5, you've never apologized. And what makes a man is not his bands, not his wife, his car, his job, none of them. It's 1, love, and 2, his ability to accept his wrong. So are you waiting on the day that your sons and wife die to put your pride aside and apologize, because sorry has a deadline? 6. Those 12 hours that you're working is not a favor, it's obligation as a man that you're supposed to take care of. 7. Honor is of God. And name one person you've honored besides your boss. Is it because they pay you, right? They make or break you, right? But your family doesn't deserve honor. See, honor is the currency of the kingdom, and you're thriving in poverty. 8. You throw false words upon me like land nets. Shackles, yet you're supposed to be my mentor, and mentors do not spread false words. They cover your faults, and I am the opposite of everything you said I am. 9, don't you ever place a palm on me, because I am a human being, whether I was or was not your seed. If I do not put my hands on you, then don't put your hands on me. 10, and finally, since a superior teacher demonstrates, I will put into practice all these algorithms, these penciled algorithms I put on these sky-colored lines. I will spend days and nights cradling my seeds as ideas until they grow to be. I will hold them. I will be everything I missed and everything you forgot. 360 degrees I will be. So watch me. I will teach you how to be a father.
This first piece has to deal with relationships and insecurities. It's like nothing I do ever satisfies you. I try my best to be there for you, to meet your needs, but it's never enough. How many times can I make up a fake character baked on a plate created to taste the way that you wanted it to? I guess that's what I ought to do. Matter of fact, if I call up an audible every once in a while, then that's a foul. Then that's a foul. Expectations taint your clean heart, corrupting the service that I have for you. If you allow your insecurities to dominate the present, then your thoughts will create a new lie you're on. If you allow fear to dictate your actions, morphing perception into reality and having these false conclusions, and you're left asking why, then you fail to realize how much the leopard that looks like it's attacking you is really just a kitten that's passing by. Raise your hand if you ever had trust issues. I have too. And he told me the only reason that you can't trust in me is because the only person you really trust is you. I have a book that came out a long time ago. I call it Mankind's Daily Trust Issue, filled with others who have had trust issues with me. And I'm telling you this because any disobedience in our marriage needs to stop. Any fragility in our marriage needs to stop. I've been right here for you this entire time. The perfect being, the God, right here for you this entire time. Have you forgot the last time you tried to store your heart inside of a person with a broken lock? Insecurities can act like chains. Chains that disable your freedom, resulting in the works of your hands cuffed. And if you allow fear to spin what you think, you'll be morally bankrupt. Growing in Christ, I realize that I will fall, I will stumble, I will fail, as well as not having an expectation to live up. But if there's one thing that I know I'll hold true, it's that when mistakes are made and no solution is found, conviction will set the condition for my face to be on the ground, allowing my knees and my whole being to give down, showing that I won't give up. I got Peter syndrome. I get so comfortable in that boat that I'm straight with my own abilities, not knowing that if I answer the call of God, I walk on top of my impossibilities. That's how it is walking with God, walking with Dad. Every enemy, every single problem is underneath me. But as soon as I take my ears and eyes off of Him, I get swallowed by what's beneath me. Word to mine. You have to know that I'll still pursue after you. Anybody can say that they desire you. It doesn't mean that they value you. And He values us as His daughters, His sons, His chosen. Hey, church, do you know you have a Father? Without Him in our lives, with that heat and that light, our very beings would be frozen. And if I don't value you like He values us, then it hurts. Because I imagine a path of glass where everywhere I stumble, you crumble and I bleed worse. Help me keep my alarms up. Erase your insecurities and help me keep my alarms up. Second Amendment, every time the enemy knocks, we have every right to bear our arms up in worship, in prayer, and in obedience. Let's persist together.
Here's another one of my uncompromised yet compromised, ill-filtered yet well-filtered, somewhat ill-mannered yet engulfed in etiquette, unadulterated truth. In this, I hope that I can open up your eyes, your ears, and your minds on something that challenged me and focus them on what I'd personally like to call reality. Allow me to give you some preconceived symbolism, metaphors, and imagery. Imagine a child who was conceived by mommy and daddy, not even aged a decade, and just recently became a member of the 4th grade. This child is just recently learning the difference between there, and there, and already feels that he or she has acquired more knowledge and understanding than his blatantly and obviously superior mother and father. Being well aware that his or her existence into the world was not very long ago, feeling that he or she is more cognizant of his or her surroundings more than the parent seems somewhat comical. Would you agree? Would you agree? Yeah. Well, this is the definition of a physically and mentally minuscule juvenile. And please ponder that for a little while. She's limited in understanding and limited in experience. The description seems relatively familiar, doesn't it? It makes me wonder, who are and how far are we? And from this symbolically illustrated metaphor I just graced upon your ears, consider another. God's nature. You see, God's magnificence is completely incomprehensible. You see, our Tupperware container minds cannot contain the one who provides the very daily bread we need for physical and spiritual sustenance. When we attempt to comprise our daily bread into our belittled comprehension, our food goes stale. Trying to impress our peers with our Tupperware intellect, we lose sight of the more important figure. Our food, our nutrition, our sustenance. We lose sight of our God. We as human beings reduce God to the most our minds can comprehend about him, which will never be anything but diminutive. We describe his magnitude to be a magnitude beyond description, yet we attempt to describe it. There seems to be a conflict with contentment. I'm shaking my head at mankind for their feeling of entitlement. In the process, you seem to forget what your title meant. Just dust. That's being miraculously held together by the glorious hands of our Maker. But oh, how the consistency of man is consistently inconsistent, claiming to love a God that so dearly loves us, but never reflect that proclamation with the reaction of righteousness, mankind. We're growing wearier and wearier, running a condition that we were never conditioned to run. We're spiritually unhealthy, running a symbolic CrossFit instead of making sure that the cross fits, while also being mindful that we count the cost of it. Even dogs know their position in this canvas of a cosmos, instinctively and undeviatingly staying true to their God-given purpose. But mankind is constantly at battle with himself, deviating between paintbrush and painter. The fool would insist on a disclaimer. Do what thy wilt is the motto of the fool. The fool insists that life is better whenever you seek pleasure. But encouraging people to adopt such a lifestyle creates a society with the people who resemble animals, those of which mimic Nebuchadnezzar. I'm speaking to you, mankind. Let these words be contacts to the eyes and clear up your vision. Resort back to God's true intentions for true religion. The call to Christianity is getting back to the fundamentals of existence, doing what you were created to do while being expectant of nothing. The fool, you see, he lives a life that is contrary to the manual, which inevitably leads to a path of malfunction. Apparently, it is no longer fun to be a fundamentalist. But take heed, because we are in need of undergoing vindication, but in order to do so, it requires knowing our position to our so-called entitlement of justification, all being initiated by the understanding of our condition and disposition. Similar to the child being aware that his or her existence into the world was not very long ago, we as the human race must realize that our existence into existence was merely a vapor, and we are gone as the winds blow. Don't let confidence in knowledge become a flawful arrogance. And don't question your position and elude being cynical. We have expressive speech, but who made words in the mouth that speak them? Yeah, we plant the seeds, but who made the soils that reap them? Consider anything and everything in existence, no matter how long, how wide, how massive, how small, how short, or how tall. All we are men and women, and he is God. the God who created us and them all. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters, come together, gather round, hang the truth of God's doctrine. Show me the words in which I should walk in. Point out what's amiss. Give me a list of what I miss. 'Cause we need to take care of each other. Run the unruly, uphold the weak, comfort the faint-hearted. Be patient with all, testing all things while holding on to what is good, steadfast, and movable. Ready to be done in the. If you see me, hey, yeah, yeah. When I stumble, be afraid, you're ready to come. Share with me words of life. Remind me that this is not my home. Not my home. This is not my home. Not my
TLC is setting up for their set, and Andrew's looking at me, and Paula. Oh God. Okay. So they're setting up, and then oh God, it keeps coming closer. So there's Marcos on drums, there's Nick, and what's going on here? Okay. So then Mike's on keyboard, Evan's on guitar, and Steve setting up. And oh God.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I think they heard you. They're walking in now. Up next.
She's in my heart now. I don't even know what that means. So how could she? I mean, I know that she can't, but she's only 3, so the complexity of mommy's death begs simplicity. Simple words for immature lips, keep it pronounceable for her. Mommy's in heaven now. She says, but she's smiling. Because mommy's only been gone a month now, and that makes heaven sound like a vacation, like she's with Jesus, but she's got the round-trip ticket. Like she's resting in peace, but it's just a nap. Child, mommy's not coming back. And I know you don't get that. And if you do, could you teach me? Because I'm 21, but you're 3 going on 50, and life's teaching you lessons that kids who can't even color within the lines shouldn't have to learn. Handed a Scantron in place of a crayon and move past the grade you'd much rather stay on. No playground for you. Here's a casket to play on. And I know callous daddy hands don't straighten hair great, and no voice to speak of, so lullabies are remembered instead of felt. But just like Band-Aids, they're no good if you just remember them. So mental melodies don't drive away nightmares the way moms would. So if there's a God good, if this God could be a God good enough to stop the nightmares. Because now she has more. But the monster under her bed looks a lot like Hard Questions. Afterlife. Silly thoughts for a kindergartner who knows not what it means to exist or stop existing. Has not reasoned through love, but knows it has been ripped away. No mental grip to shake her fist at the heavens, but relegated to answering everyone's questions with an answer that neither she nor the people who came up with it understand. Mommy's in my heart now. Child, the questions you do not yet know how to form have answers. But despite your age, I prescribe not less, but more philosophy. Because all of the ologies only father apologies, but Christology can father your fragile psychology. Because studying Jesus is simple. It means no more inadequate goodbyes, scotch-tape dreams, or band-aid lullabies. And see, though it sounds like blasphemy, Christ loves you more than mommy ever would. And almighty God is better family than two parents could. Insufficient answers consisting of the few words they gave you to say are not enough. But I won't stop you from repeating them, even though it's the adults who seem to be needing them. But when you grow up and find those answers deficient, I pray that you would find Jesus to be all sufficient. Dear Calla, I believe there are still answers. And I believe there is still hope. I believe there is still hope.
I called up a long-distance friend the other day to catch up and hang out. I got to his house on Friday, and I got hung out, because it was his day to fry. Bruh. Yo, work time during daytime in the summertime oftentimes is a waste of time. So I say, stay with me. Yeah! Cause this ain't my city. No computer pays no TV company, so he calls a friend to give company. In his pity, he calls this kitty awkwardly has take me in. Bruh. He then goes to put in hours while I say, how are you? The friend and this random family meet me as I hesitantly take a seat. I analyze my surroundings and I see that no anal person can live here. Shoes on the carpet, clothes on the floor, dirty laundry on the couch, and much, much more. These people are dirty. Unhygienically, undusted, unlaundered, unsanitarily, unswept, untidily, unclean, 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 I yell with my newfound leprosy. If there was only Abuelita around with a bottle of Fabuloso. So lunchtime approaches, but I'm scared of roaches. They ask if I'm hungry. Well, that's when I see the most organized piece in the house. A beautifully stacked pile of grimy toenails.
What?
Bruh. Grimy toenails. No, I'm not hungry. You thirsty? Nah, I'm good. But then I become trapped. Like a butterfly, I elegantly and ignorantly enter the Venus flytrap they ensnare me with. I'm told a heartfelt story of how the elderly Beverly across the street who died of heart disease while making hand-squeezed orange juice. They sold it well. No, but it's the best. I'm okay, just try a little. I'm fine, really, but you must. Brah. I may have entered a butterfly, but I exited a moth. All the cleanliness I thought I had was stripped away in this one moment, right here. I present you a question, my audience. Have you ever had a KFC bucket of fried chicken with no napkins? No napkins. No napkins. Imagine the grease covering and filling every crevice of your fingertips. It's your fingerprints as oil drips down off your pinky knuckles onto the table. You cautiously use your wrist to grab your cup of soda. But nah. The cup gets dirty anyways. You never wash it then. You never wash it. You put it back in your cabinet, and a random guest comes over. You still don't wash it, and you give him a grease-infested cup of orange juice.
Hey, come on.
A moment when heaven touches earth. Here in our hearts, Lord, we are waiting for something that's far beyond what we have seen or heard. Let us start the ascension. Let's begin the climb up this holy mountain where your glory shines. Further up, further in, just to be with you again. Let us start the ascension. Just to be with you again. Let us start. Let us start the ascension. Let's begin the climb of this holy mountain where your glory shines. Further up, further in, just to be with you again. Let us start the ascension. Welcome everyone.
Christ, I love you. In a basement with strangers and friends hugging and singing inside of it because coffins seem to grow from some of these, I apologize, because coffins seem to grow from some of these places But there is no room for darkness, not here, not when I believe in a sun that will never collapse in on himself, when I believe in how he fills us, like how the sun's rising light fills rooms like breath, when I believe in love to be believed and meant, when I believe in the church that God has made out of the temples of our bodies, and I believe that there are tables that are still being turned over inside of us, but we will be broken down only to be rebuilt by him with only 3 nails, and yet look how immovable we are when built on the cornerstone, the chief most of which in the walls of the places that he is taking us. You are in every couch and in every hug, in our bones, books that are being opened. Books that are being opened, your words are written in blood inside of a bus station that I found inside of someone. You will be Bethel if we would only open our eyes, these places, Bethlehem, because all things made of brightness can be tracked to find Christ inside of them, inside of us, the body, the bread and breath and water in our lungs when we breathe you in, the veil of our hearts torn when you breathe out, uncovered, the church of the Almighty, and we could lift our cross if we would only have loving arms, our chests are harps that we will hold when standing on glass, our hearts hymnal, when our eternity is to be a prayer of praise. And inside of your spirit is proof of the salvation that I believe in for the Gentiles, for the Greeks, and for me, the baptism in which I am cleaned. All that is left is to be to the glory, but sometimes we fear that we're not doing enough, so it is important to remember that if we are in love, then we are in him, and I am with you, with these people that I am seeing you, with these people that I am seeing you.
Got this.
So it is important to remember that as long as we are in love, then we are in him, and I am with these people that I am seeing you in. So I pray them to know that they are more than pennies, more than a triangle and a bus station from a kid out of rehab who's worrying about finding his way home, yet handing me a suggestion of the presence of you and our Father and your Spirit. And it makes me wonder if he knows that our bodies are basements with strangers and friends hugging and singing inside of them about the light inside of all of us, because sometimes we let our minds grow into barns where we hang ourselves by the neck, but they are not for any of that. Christ, you, and all of our lowliness, they make these places the upper rooms with the knowledge that there is prayer here, and the walls and the skeletons of these homes, there is the Word, and the Word is with God, and the Word is God. There is God here. He found me in a church. When I will just open my eyes, I see him everywhere. He is so loud. When we will just listen to him, I pray that we have ears to hear him when we are screaming in a crowd of people about the light inside of us. When we are screaming in a crowd of people about the light inside of us, and I see it, and I see them, these people, our voices that almost bring me to tears, and I've missed hearing them. Christ, in these moments, when we realize that our bodies are temples and we remove all of those tables, your light that we've hidden underneath them, it is so bright. And I fall in love with you, looking into their eyes so many times by the time the night is over. Thank you.
Bear with us, but we're going to sing our first song. We thought it would be appropriate to sing about a lighthouse. So we know that Christ, he will guide us home. He will be our lighthouse through the storm. And so we're going to sing that out. Ready? You can follow along on the screens of the lyrics to sing it out in my wrestling.
Let's get our hands together, come on. voice. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Yes, you worthy, Jesus. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy, worthy, worthy. Oh, this is amazing grace. This is amazing love. That you would take my place. Oh, yeah. That you would bear my cross. You laid down your life. That I would be set free. It's yours. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Oh, Jesus, all that you've done for me. Amen. Come on, give him praise while we sing. Sweat, feel free to sway a little bit. Everyone needs compassion, love that's never failing. Let mercy fall on me. Everyone needs forgiveness, kindness of a Savior. The hope of the nation. Yeah, sing out, Savior, this voice. Savior, He can move the mountains. My God is mighty to save. He is mighty to save. Forever, author of salvation. You guys sound beautiful. He rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave. He rose and conquered the grave. Safely as a fire, all my fears are buried. know it's your baby boy, one day walk on water. Did you know it's your baby boy, save sons and daughters? Did you know it's your baby boy, it's come to make you new? This child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know it's your baby boy? You start to lie. Did you know it's your baby boy? Always going with his hand. Did you know it's your baby boy? To walk with angels joy. It's your baby. Yes, you kiss the face of Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Did you know that your baby boy will one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? The sleeping child you're holding is the great I am. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the great I am. Oh, it's the great I am. It's the great I am.
for me, the first verse, but here we go, let's do it. Set your rule and live our hearts again. Priests and us we pray. Pray while we're praying. Come set our hearts ablaze. Hope like wildfire in our very soul. Holy Spirit, come invade us now. We are the church, and we need your power in us. We seek your kingdom first. We hunger and we thirst. Refuse to waste our lives. For our joy and pride. To see the captives heart release. The hurts in the poor release. We lay down our lives for heaven's
We're glad you stayed through the whole thing. There's food trucks outside if you're starving, and there's ice cream outside. You guys are dismissed. Feel free to grab coffee. We have a ton. Bye!